The Reformation, the Counter-Reformation, what is all this stuff and why does it matter? In order for us to dive into this, we have to understand eschatology. Eschatology is a branch of theology concerned with the final events of the history of the world and of mankind, a belief concerning the death and the end of the world and or the ultimate destiny of humankind, specifically any of various Christian doctrines concerning the second coming, the resurrection of the dead, and or the last judgment. There are three primary camps today that are the most prominent. And with that, we're going to start with the one that is broad. It's the biggest one. Christ himself said, "As broad is the way that leads to destruction." So let's start with the one that's the most prominent today. That's Futurism. In 1585, Jesuit scholar Francisco Ribera started the futurist interpretation by publishing a 500-page commentary on the Book of Revelation. Ribera took the last week, or the 70-day years of the 70th week prophecy of Daniel in 925, dividing it into 2 3.5 literal year periods, and applied it to the future Antichrist while avoiding any application to the papal system. The preterist exposition of prophecy was written by the Jesuit Louise during the Counter-Reformation. Moses Stuart noted that the preterist interpretation was a considerable benefit to the Roman Catholic Church during its arguments with Protestants. Preterism has been described in modern eschatological commentary as a Catholic defense against the Protestant historicist view, which identifies the Roman Catholic Church as a persecuting apostasy. Then there's Historicism, which was the belief held by the majority of the Protestant reformers, including Martin Luther, John Calvin, and others. The Catholic Church tried to counter it with Preterism and Futurism during the Counter-Reformation. This alternative view served to bolster the Catholic Church's opposition against the attacks of the Protestants and is viewed as a Catholic's defense against the Protestant historicist view, which identifies the Roman Catholic Church as a persecuting apostasy and the Pope as the Antichrist. So who is the Society of Jesus? It's a religious order in the Catholic Church with headquarters in Rome, and it was founded by Loyola because of the Pope's approval in 1540. And the members of this group are called Jesuits. Now I want you to give this honest and earnest consideration. You have two of the primary groups of Christian eschatology today that are founded by Jesuit priests who are funded and supported by the papacy, presenting an idea that takes heat off of the papacy and the Pope. And then you have one whose founding beliefs are based on the original reformers, like Martin Luther. It's not about whether or not if I'm right or whether or not if you're right or wrong. It's about the fact that we as Christians need to be established in what we believe and why we believe it. Now, the Bible says that we should study to show ourselves approved, to not be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth, and that anyone who answers the matter before he hears it, it is a shame to him. We should also prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. My challenge to you is simple. If you're a Christian and you find yourself in a particular camp, whether it's Preterism, Futurism, or Historicism, why are you in that camp?